5 musical siblings strike the right note. The man behind the sound of rock and roll and the perils of performing outdoors. State of the Arts starts now. Hello and welcome to State of the Arts. We're at Laumeier Sculpture Park, St. Louis's one-of-a-kind outdoor museum where art and nature strike a perfect balance. Sculptures from internationally known artists are around every corner and down every path of this 105-acre park. Behind me is one of the most recognizable. It's The Way by Alexander Lieberman. Well, outdoor concerts and theater are summertime traditions in St. Louis. You can catch a performance any night of the week here at Laumeier or another park, not to mention the Theater Under the Stars, of course, at the Muni and the St. Louis Shakespeare Festival. But outdoor performances have some challenges. Sudden storms, high winds, extreme heat. It requires planning, flexibility, and a sense of humor. Angie Weidinger has the story.
Go to this year's production of the St. Louis Shakespeare Festival and you'll see choreographed scuffles in the comedy The Merry Wives of Windsor. Woo! But there are also many unscripted battles between this group.
I've eaten a few bugs on stage, definitely.
The bugs are eating my shoulders.
And Mother Nature.
Bring your bug spray to the park.
Bugs aren't all the cast and crew have learned to act around.
And in her bosom, I'll unclasp my heart.
Jenn Bock remembers one night during the 2007 production of Much Ado About Nothing.
We were in the middle of doing this very comedic scene, and some of the audience started laughing earlier than they usually do. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a little furry thing come up over the lip of the stage, and when I came back, I could see it was a baby possum. Fortunately, we were doing a comedic scene anyway, so we could play to it. When we gestured to it, then the audience laughed really big and it turned its head out to the audience. So it looked like the possum was really hamming it up as well.
After all, this theater has no walls, which invites all of the elements on stage.
If a curtain blows in your face, well, you try to make it part of the scene.
And keeping the curtains, set, and props looking like they should is another challenge.
The rule of thumb for costumes and sets is really no expensive fabrics, no silks, and no leather. The actors get really hot out here, not just the lights, but it can get really hot here even in the evening. And so we have to make sure that they keep, drinking a lot of fluids and that we don't have things that are going to get moldy or excessively smelly because of the weather.
The weather. It couldn't have been much worse last season when a record-breaking rainy year nearly washed out the festival.
By the time we got to our opening performance last year, we had a 10-foot ditch down the center from our tech tent all the way down to the front of the house, which kept widening.
Since last year, the festival completed a $1.3 million regrading project, complete with a limestone stage berm to keep all of that from happening again. But Dawn still has weather worries.
We have a fabulous meteorologist. I call him whenever the sky looks like it's going to threaten. I know a little bit too much about interpreting radar.
Dawn and others here at the Shakespeare Festival aren't the only ones in charge of outdoor events this summer that have had to learn a few of those terms. Especially when the sky looks like this on a Twilight Tuesday at the Missouri History Museum, there's one man you won't find outside pre-concert. Maurice Falls is the man faced with making the rain-out decision every Twilight Tuesday.
On the clouds and radar, the green is the moisture.
From his office, he tries to map out a way to keep the crowds and bands dry.
We'd be scrambling because these are brand new. I just bought these drums about 3 months ago, and I would flip out.
Even with that destructive possibility. This smash band drummer likes the outdoor events so much.
I kind of had a hard time sleeping last night because this is a very, very cool gig.
One time,
Audiences agree, as do these outdoor entertainers.
Is Sir John Falstaff here?
In this beautiful park, in this beautiful setting, nature really conspires to provide a lot of beautiful effects that we can't control.
Even with all of the challenges, there's something about performing in the open air
The council shall hear it. It is a riot.
that opens up an entertainer's sense of enthusiasm for the arts.
Because it is more exciting, and that's sort of why I got into theater in the first place, because I love the excitement of not knowing what's going to happen. There's a bug right now.